Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm here today to review the newest Puppet Master movie, and it seemed like it was just a month or two before since I reviewed Puppet Master Access Termination, which I had a hell of a time being able to watch. I knew that movie was around for at least a year or so, and it was okay. This one is a completely different film. Fangoria got involved with some other bigger studios. It's still like Full Moon associated, and they spent some more money on it, and they got some real. Okay, cool. I'll check that out how I can. Um, and it was, have some real actors. That Thomas Lennon from Reno 911's in it, and along with and that awful. I didn't like the Odd Couple, the new Odd Couple show on CBS. I hated that. I mean, he was okay in it, but I mean, I didn't like the show. And also Udo Kier and Barbara Crampton, who was in Reanimator, another film from Charles Band, Empire Pictures, back in the '80s, back when he used to have films that play in theaters, and then when he started Full Moon Movies, that one Full Moon was a new project he did. And it was like movies made for the video that would play in movie theaters, and I think a couple of them did, but I mean, Full Moon's really gone downhill. But this one's another company took place charge of it, and they have like spent more money on it. Uh, and it's fantastic. One thing I want to let you know, please stay. Well, you don't have to, but at the very end credits of this movie, Puppet Master: The Littlest Reich, there's an additional scene which is trying to be a Marvel universe. The very end of the thing, there's an additional scene. Definitely check it out. Uh, no, this is a great movie. But completely different. It's a standalone film, but it's different though. And what this one is, Andre Toulon, played by Udo Kier, was actually a bad guy. He ended up being a Nazi. And Puppet Master, the puppets were like Nazis too, but I mean, kind of. And basically, Andre Toulon made the puppets to kill people. He made a whole bunch of people would buy him and stuff. And so that's kind of like the setup. I mean, Udo Kier was great. He was only in like the beginning of it, like the first 5-6 minutes, and it's really good. And then you see Thomas Lennon playing a serious role. I never seen him play a serious role. Usually he plays the same beats. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, like Felix Unger, like Reno 911, But he was really serious in it. I thought he did a great job. A little bit of comedy. And he owns a comic book store, and he writes a comic book. And he goes back to his parents' place after his divorce. And he found his brother was killed, and he found this doll. And it was Blade. And he was looking up the stuff and finding out how much it was worth. And there was like a big murder spree from like 30 years ago under Toulon, this one hotel. And he won, and there was like a convention celebrating it, and they were actually going to be an auction buying the dolls. Well, the puppets. They should say dolls, puppets. And one thing I really liked, he had his boss, which is kind of a slacker character, and he said, "You can come with us, but no black metal, death metal." And then he mentioned grindcore. No one ever mentions grindcore anymore because it drives me nuts. I've seen like the Beelzebub documentary. I've seen both of them on black metal and death metal, and they compare. I mean, with the grindcore band, they talk about the band Napalm Death. And that's like kind of like the Metallica of grindcore. They didn't sell out. And people on there, like people my age or maybe call them a death metal band. They're not death metal at all. They're grindcore. I haven't heard anyone mention grindcore at all. And they played a little bit of grindcore. This one band I never heard of before, but it was really cool. Said, "Nah, that's grindcore. That really exists." I'm glad they mentioned grindcore. It's really cool. So they go to this. Him and this girl and the slacker guy go to the convention. And the tour guide is the cop played by Barbara Crampton. And she has a sass mouth on, and she was great. Everyone was great. And apparently, Andre Toulon was able to reanimate the puppets to go on a killing spree. All these puppets that went together in this hotel escape, and they go on a killing spree. And there's lots of new puppets in here. Drone. There's like a Kermit the Frog puppet. There's a gas station pump puppet that was disturbing. The seeing that's not till towards the end. That stuff was disturbing. I think on that. They had most of it. Torch never looked better. Blade, I mean, they all looked a little bit retro and nostalgic looking. Pinhead looked like evil, and they had like a baby Hitler doll that was crawling around. It was pretty funny. Baby Hitler baby. That was pretty fun. I mean, and there was other characters. There was now some of the other iconic puppets were not in the movie. That Jester was not in the movie. Tunneler was in it. Leech Woman was not in it. Six Shooter wasn't in it. I was surprised Six Shooter wasn't in it. But I mean, it's completely different spin on because the puppets were the good guys. Undershoot Lawn was the good guys before. Now that's different. They're the bad guys. And it's fantastic. It's a great gore fest. I mean, it takes a while for it to get going, but the story's really cool. And the kills are fantastic. Great nudity in it. That one scene with that one girl is fantastic. I loved it. I'm trying to think of anything else. I mean, it was great. A fantastic movie. If you're able to see it, go ahead and check out Puppet Master Littlest Reich. It was awesome. I give it a full on 10 out of 10. Imagine a Puppet Master movie if Herschel Gordon Lewis directed it. That's kind of like what this was, except during the first, there's a kill at the beginning, and then for like a half hour there isn't anything. He probably would have had like one or two killings during that half hour where it's just story and stuff. But it's fantastic. I really love the movie. A full on 10 out of 10. So I hope you like this review. Until next time, bye, please. Take care, my legion.